In this video, we're going to talk about the rose. Now, this is a flower that has shown up in poetry, art, and gardens for literally thousands of years. But beyond its beauty, the rose has a truly epic story, from ancient history all the way to modern gardening. See, the rose is so much more than just a plant. It's a living symbol that's woven right into the fabric of human history. For centuries, it's represented everything from passionate love to bitter conflict, and it captures our imagination like almost nothing else on Earth. So to really understand the rose, we have to journey back in time. We're going to explore its ancient origins and the iconic traits that have made it a global superstar. And when I say journey back in time, I am not kidding. We're not talking about thousands of years, we're talking about millions. Incredibly, scientists have discovered rose fossils that date back an astonishing 35 million years. It's just proof that this flower has been gracing our planet for an almost unimaginable amount of time. Okay, so from that ancient past, let's jump to some living history. The world's oldest living rose is 1,000 years old. 1,000! And it's still growing, still blooming on a cathedral wall in Germany. Just try to imagine the centuries of history that one single plant has witnessed. Roses also have a language of their own, one that's spoken through color. For centuries, seeming a red rose has been a super clear symbol of love and passion. A white rose speaks to innocence and purity, while yellow, well, that communicates friendship, and pink offers a message of gratitude. It's a whole conversation without saying a word. So, with such a long and amazing history, where in the world do all these roses actually come from today? Let's explore the global rose garden and find out where these incredible flowers really thrive. The rose family itself is incredibly diverse. We're talking about 150 native species that gardeners have cultivated into literally thousands of unique hybrids. But here's a fun fact that might surprise you. Botanically, roses are related to fruits like apples, peaches, and even almonds. Who knew? Now, when it comes to growing roses on a massive commercial scale, one country really stands out: Ecuador. A huge portion of their agricultural land is dedicated to roses, making them one of the world's top suppliers. Why? Well, being right on the equator gives them intense, consistent, year-round natural light. It's the perfect recipe for perfect roses. Feeling inspired to grow your own? It's much more doable than you might think. Honestly, the secret to a healthy, thriving rosebush really comes down to 3 simple pillars of care. It all comes down to these 3 essentials: sun, soil, and water. Roses absolutely love the sun, and getting the foundation of their environment right is the key to unlocking a beautiful and healthy garden. To get a little more specific, roses really flourish in what's called a medium-loamy soil that's rich with organic matter. They prefer things slightly acidic, so a soil pH between 6.0 and 6.5 is perfect. As for watering, a great rule of thumb is a good, deep watering twice a week in the summer heat and just once a week during the cooler months. Okay, so once your rose is planted and growing, the journey continues. Now let's explore the life cycle of the plant, from its vibrant blooming season to the essential maintenance that keeps it coming back stronger year after year. A huge part of that maintenance is pruning. Now, that just means strategically cutting back parts of the plant. By doing this, you actually encourage vigorous new growth. This is exactly why a properly pruned rosebush can just explode with beautiful, high-quality flowers all the way from May through October. When it comes to harvesting, timing is everything, and it really depends on what you want to do with them. If you want a beautiful bouquet for a vase, you'll want to cut the roses at the tight bud stage, just as the color starts to show. But if you're making things like perfumes or rose water, you wait until the flower is fully open to capture that maximum fragrance. Of course, growing any plant comes with its challenges, and even the mighty rose has its enemies. So to protect all your hard work, let's quickly cover some of the common pests and diseases you should watch out for. And you can see the difference clear as day here. On the left, a vibrant, healthy plant. But on the right, well, those dark spots on the leaf are a classic sign of black spot, which is a very common fungal issue. Just knowing what these problems look like is the first step in protecting your plant. Regular monitoring is absolutely key. You gotta keep a close eye out for common pests like aphids, spider mites, and Japanese beetles. And be vigilant for signs of disease, like that black spot we just saw, or the white dusty coating of powdery mildew, or the more serious rose rosette virus. Alright, now that we've covered the essentials of growing and caring for roses, let's dive into some really surprising facts that reveal just how remarkable this flower truly is. Here's one that might just blow your mind. You might be surprised to learn that all varieties of roses are actually edible. Their petals are used all over the world in jams and jellies, and the fruit of the rose, which is called a rosehip, is absolutely packed with vitamin C. And if you think rose bushes are just small, think again. The tallest one ever recorded reached an incredible 5.6 meters in height. To put that in perspective, that's taller than the average giraffe's shoulder. And the title for the world's most expensive rose? That goes to the Juliet rose, developed by the famous breeder David Austin. It took him 15 years and cost over 2.3 million pounds to create this one stunning flower. Just incredible. So, from a 35 million year old fossil to a modern multi-million pound creation, the rose has an absolutely unmatched story. It's a symbol, it's a food, it's a garden staple, all in one. With thousands of varieties and millions of years of history, it makes you wonder, what story will your rose tell? Alright, that is it this video everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.